Hey Aquarius, how are you? My name's Danielle. Welcome to Moonlight Intuition. This is going to be a general reading for you, and it's the last day of Pisces season. Thank God. Thank God. We're almost done. The new energetic year starts tomorrow. So if you like that, just like this video, subscribe to the channel. If there's any messages that resonate here for you, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I post free weekly readings every week for all 12 signs. And also, if you'd like to book a personal reading, all the info for that is in the description box below. Okay, let's see what we got here for you. We have the 10 of Cups. We have the 6 of Pentacles reversed. And we have the Page of Swords reversed. Now, first of all, I feel like this is you. I feel like this is you. This is big air energy. Now, and for some of you, this could be another air sign in your life. A Libra or a Gemini, but I feel like this is big Aquarius energy for sure. Now, there's something here that it's like, I feel like some of you might be entering, so okay, we're ending Pisces season today. I'm so happy. I'm ready for the new energetic year. Aries season is tomorrow. It's the spring equinox. We start the new energetic year. It's like we're going from water, immutable water, to cardinal fire. It's going to be kind of about like taking action again, and less like weird, mystical, like emotional depths of water, Mariana Trench level, blah, blah, blah. And I feel like some of you are feeling this shift perhaps. And this is something, now, some of you, this isn't a love reading, but it could be. Some of you might be attracting a water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. But ultimately, this is, I feel like some of you out there are kind of starting to be like, okay, it's almost like you're just choosing to be happy, right? I feel like some of you are returning to your kooky selves. I hope so anyway, because that's how we want you, Aquarius. But this card really is about people choosing to be happy, right? That outer circumstances are not the determining factor of our happiness, because really if they were or are, well, it's rough out there, right? It's rough out there. And we have, we want everyone to have compassion for that. And it starts from compassion of the self, right? And I think there's some of you who are kind of finally like, okay, I've seen how like this has changed this way. This is happening over here. I'm not getting this. I thought I would end up with this person. I thought I would get this job. I thought I would blah, blah. And like nothing is panning out because you're very future focused, right? And I can see how like for a lot of you, probably the future that, you know, you envisioned for yourself in the world, even like a year ago, and you're here now and it's not how you saw it. I think some of you are starting to be like, okay, I got to start feeling happy again. I got to start feeling good. And the thing is too, it's like the way to the future is in the now, right? Now, this is your fellow air sign, Libra. And again, this is maybe part of this card too, the air sign. Libra is ruled by the Justice card. And, you know, she holds a sword as well, Lady Justice. She's not in this reading, but I don't know why I feel like I'm supposed to say this. But in the Justice card, a big thing is about cause and effect, right? That it's like, it's all, and that's kind of like, sometimes I feel like people use the word karma, like such a like evil thing. And that's fine. But to me, karma is also just like cause and effect. It's like a chemical reaction. Every action has a reaction, right? So I think some of you are also starting to see that it's like, okay, the way to the future is in the actions I take now. It's not in my head. It's not in the worrying. It's not in the resentments. It's not in the like disillusionment. It's not in the like basically, wishing I was on another planet, which we all wish for that sometimes nowadays. But it's like, especially you, Aquarius, because like you're from another planet. You're so cool and weird. In the best way. But it's like, I think some of you are starting to see that it's like, okay, yeah, well, the only way to achieve any kind of happiness then, later, is to choose it now and to live it here, right? So I think some of you are kind of going through that it's like, okay, you're like taking stock again, right? Instead of being up here and projecting yourself in this future that doesn't even exist yet, at least not in this third dimensional world that we're trapped in. I think some of you are kind of coming back down to earth a bit, which is good. Maybe some of you Aquarians have been kind of like humbled lately. I've been humbled in my life. It's a good thing, really, to be like, Okay. And that's kind of like the Tower card in tarot, like brings you back down to earth, to reality, right? And I think some of you are kind of seeing that it's like, okay, yeah, again, Lady Justice, cause and effect. That it's like, if we just keep doing things the same way we've done them, we're just going to get the same result. So the same actions we did yesterday, if we do them again today, we're just going to get the same reaction tomorrow, and so on and so on and so on. Right. And there's this like also like a playful energy, and also too, like this might be kind of returning to like your childlike wonder and innocence and fun and curiosity. Right. And we want you to return to that. I mean, this card, this might be a bit of resistance to that too. I mean, the Page of Swords, the pages in tarot really are kind of like, I see them as the kind of childlike, they explore their element through the eyes of a child a little bit, through curiosity, through like beginner's mindset, through like, you know, and this being reversed, it might just be kind of, I mean, we're starting a new cycle, right? So you might just be like adapting to like, or maybe even considering to taking on a different perspective of life. And I said that this is kind of Aquarius because this card can be kind of like aloof. And Aquarian's like, you are kind of aloof. And I love that. It's just, that's like part of your shtick. It's just, it's very genuinely part of you. But it could be, we want you to be like aloof, but also here, right? And so, but I feel like it's like some of you are perhaps like wanting to like be like, okay, you're starting to see that it's like, okay, the key to happiness really is me, and the way to the future is through the things I do now and the way I choose to feel and the way I choose to see things. And it just might be new, right? It might be a new, you're approaching like a new, like, okay, yeah, everything I once thought that would be or was or blah, blah, is not the case. And I think it's like, this is kind of a card of like, and for some of you too, this will resonate with some, but not everybody. Maybe for some reason I feel the need to say that it's like, for some of you, maybe it's like you're not quite ready for deep commitments yet. There's something that it's like, maybe for some of you, you've wanted a really deep relationship and it's not happened. And I feel like this is just kind of the universe being like, you're just not ready yet. Just trust me. Okay. And again, that will resonate. That's maybe more for the single people out there. Or even if you are in a relationship, maybe you're learning how to have more deep, you know, to be like truly emotionally connected to your partner. But you know, it's like, for if some of you have wanted, it's like whenever we want things, we make up all these plans and we have all these timelines, and the universe is usually like, yeah, well, I have another one. Like for me, for example, yeah, for some of you, I don't know why that, it's like a relationship that comes to mind. Like some of you have like, I wanted this relationship, it's not panning out. It's like the universe knows you are not prepared for it yet. There's still a bit of work to do. We still want you to come back to this place, okay? We want you to come out of this place and to be here so you're prepared, right? And sometimes even if it's like the person that you're fixated on or whatever, sometimes it's just like, no, not yet. And sometimes we have to like return to the self and work on ourself so we can be prepared. So like as an example, I mean, as a basic example, it's like if, you know, if you were a child and you're like, Mom, I want candy for breakfast. And your parent was like, no, not for breakfast. You can have a little piece of, you have candy after dinner, but here, have your Cheerios and your fruit or whatever. And the kid was like, I hate you. You don't love me. Blah, blah. But it's like, well, yeah, the parent does love the kid. The parent just knows better, right? So it's almost to be like, Aquarius, you're so smart, but consider that maybe there's like a forces, guides, that are otherworldly, just like you, just you're right now in the physical body, that just know better than you, right? And that love you. So whatever it is that you're like, I wanted that, I want this, your parent, the same as if the parent who's like, no, you can't have the candy for breakfast, but you can have it later. Consider, and then just like the parent just knows better than the child, just more experience, whatever, that there is perhaps something, someone, somebody's watching over you that just know better than you and that love you so deeply and that know that you're just not quite ready yet. You just got to cook in the oven a little bit longer. So even me, it's like I was searching for an apartment. Well, truth be told, I wasn't even like searching. I was kind of just rolling with life. But basically, I didn't have an apartment for 2 years, which is crazy. Like now when I look back, I'm like, but what an adventure I had. And I'm grateful for it. I learned and am learning. It changed my whole life, my inner world. And you know, the year one, I was kind of like, I just kind of cruised through life. I was like, And then year two, I started being like, okay, I'm ready for a place. But, you know, like 7 living situations that were this close to panning out fell through. Whether the people like raised the price by like $900, or like people are, no, I'm not moving in the end, or what have you. And I was disappointed over and over and over again. But then I started seeing, I was like, okay, I don't think I'm like ready for it yet. And also too, it's to be like, there might be something even better queued up for me. So for me, as an example, I started being like, okay, like, it's kind of embarrassing, but whatever, not really. It's just, I never really dealt with my finances. I never looked at that part of life. I was very ashamed of that part of life because I just never dealt with it. It was a huge shadow for me. So I started dealing with that. I have a financial advisor. And basically then, yeah, financial advisor, a good friend of me from years ago reached out, blah, blah. He's helping me for free because he wants to get into that more. He wants to leave his kind of 9 to 5. Anyway, all these things, I started really dealing with my finances, and I am, right? And then would you believe it that this apartment, basically whatever, the perfect apartment found me. A friend of mine is moving out, and I move in like days. I move in April 1st. This place is perfect. It ticks all the boxes for me. There's like 2 outdoor spaces, washer, dryer, dishwasher. I pay like $900 less than most apartments in Toronto because the landlord is just old school and he doesn't care. He's like, yeah, whatever, mortgage is paid. I just want to find a good tenant. And so it's like, I don't think I was ready to take on the financial responsibility of an apartment by myself. And B, there was something better queued up for me that I can actually afford. That's like doable and that I'll never leave. So for some of you, yeah, I don't know why it's like coming up as a relationship, that the disappointment in that. But if for some of you, it's more like a career. If there's something that you wanted that didn't come, just consider that maybe, yeah, there is something, that just knows better than you. And that's not a like judgment of you that you're like, I know everything. We all get humbled, right? That it's like, yeah, there might be, maybe you don't know everything, and maybe someone knows better than you and knows the plan that's laid out for you and knows what you need, that there's still a bit more inner work for you to do. So because when you're ready to receive the thing you want badly, you're going to be ready. You're going to be ready. So there's just something about like maybe not being ready for something yet, but we want you to keep continuing returning to this, your inner happiness, no matter what. Right? Taking stock. And for some reason this is like earth energy. So it could be like Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, but it's also like Libra energy. So did I talk about Libra or was it in the other one? I'm like losing, I've been doing like all the readings. I'm like, oh, yeah, I think I just talked about Libra and like Lady Justice. It's like, here's kind of Libra in here with the scales. There's something in here. I think too, there's something about selfless service. And also, okay, pay attention. Are you in a position, are you giving too much? Or are you like taking? And again, not a judgment. It's just to really look at things and be like, okay, where am I at? And where could you benefit from the other? Is there anywhere in your life you could give a bit more? Oh, here we go. Oh, I'm a professional pet sitter too. And I have a dog. I'm with a dog, 3 cats, a turtle, and a frog right now. It's the best. So are you in a position, if you're like, giving, could you accept support? Could you ask for support? And if you're kind of in a position of, not saying like taking, I'm not saying you're greedy or anything, but is there a way you could give selflessly? And if it's not financially, could you give an hour of your time a week to something? Could you go spend time with an old lady at a nursing home for an hour and just talk to someone? There's something about your karma, I think, because again, it's like the action, reaction, that it's like maybe to just get your karma back into balance. I feel like for some of you, it's like more like accepting support, but also giving selflessly without telling anybody, right? No social media, no like, just like really being with someone, because you are the water bearer. You're an outpourer of love, knowledge, support. Like it's like just fabulous. And I think we want you to return to that. And I think there's something about the selfless service. And again, it doesn't have to be a lot or whatever. If you're getting a coffee, buy the coffee for the person behind you, whatever it may be. But there's something, however you may be able to give selflessly and not tell anybody, that it's going to bring you back to this. And then it's like, you're going to get all the things you want. But I think right now you're still kind of like figuring this out. Because this is kind of a card. It's almost like you're still collecting data on possibly everything I've just said. But you're entering a new phase. We all are. And Pluto just entered Aquarius in January. It's going to stay there for 20 years. So this is a big 20-year cycle for you, right? Especially. So have patience with yourself. Have some love give yourself some love. Take care of yourself. Get out of the head, get into the heart. The mind is the servant of the heart, not the other way around. We want you here. And yeah, to be like, how could you give to like fill the karma bank back, right? To make yourself feel good. It's almost like giving is almost like it's all fully selfless because it just helps you in the end too, right? It's almost like if karma is like it's like a video game. It's like when you give, let's say you're like, yeah, I'm gonna go to a nursing home and sit with an old lady once a week for an hour. It just, you get like 5 karma coins. Whereas if you're like, I'm in my head, I want to control everything, I want to like not be in the present, it's like -5 coins, right? So there's something about, yeah, just being the water bearer. Just being the water bearer will just make you happy. And then whatever it is that you are like obsessed with or want will just come, and probably in better ways that you think you want. I love you, Aquarius. You're friggin' fabulous. The dog, oh, he's so good. She's so good. She's just rolling around. Come on, Buster, come say hi. Come say hi. Come on. Come. Let's say bye. Oh, come here. Oh, she's a German Shepherd, and she's just perfect. I love you. I love you, Aquarius. Aries season starts tomorrow. Clarity will come. You'll know how to take action. All that jazz. Like the video, subscribe. I just love you. You're fab.